Okay, having configured the zone, we can now install it, and we have a number of choices that we can use to configure the zone. Firstly, we can do something called a direct install, where we don't need any external media, and it will take the current package settings from the global zone. We could use an ISO image of Solaris 11, and we could install from that. So we could do a basic, straightforward install of a completely independent machine, or we could use something called a unified archive, which is another new Solaris 11 feature, which is an image of a system taken for backup or cloning purposes, and which will be the subject of a later tutorial. Okay, now we're going to install the zone. Keeping our fingers crossed that everything is okay. If there are problems with memory, like the ARC cache for example, or we don't have sufficient resource, that won't be apparent until we've actually tried to boot the zone having installed it. And I can show you an example of some of the errors that you may get. Okay, so the zone install will click along for about 15 minutes, and so I'll pause the recording for now and come back in a few minutes time. So you should see me reappear fairly instantly. Okay, the zone installation here on the right hand side in the terminal window seems to be progressing fairly nicely. Over on the left hand side here, there's just a couple of notes about the storage that I can go through while the installation is progressing. Okay, by default, the system will allocate a ZFS emulated volume under this location here: rpool, varshare, zones, the name of the zone, and then a disk number, disk 0. Okay. And the install size will be 18 gigabytes. If you look just above here, you can see a zone ADM install command that specifies an alternate size of 15 gigabytes. It's possible to allocate alternative storage, of course, which you may want to do on an external device, which may also be a shared device like a SAN LUN, iSCSI LUN, or maybe even an NFS mounted file system. Being able to configure alternative storage is an important thing, and it's a slight technical challenge that's a little bit different to normal run-of-the-mill zones. And those sort of techniques, together with full details of Solaris kernel zones, are covered on our Solaris New Features training and also the Solaris 11 Advanced Administration course. So let's move on a little bit more. Once we finish the install, we can then boot the zone and we can log into the console device, where we will then be asked to do system configuration. Okay, the installation's done now. If you look on the right hand side, you can see it took nearly 900 seconds, just very slightly short of 15 minutes. Okay, so we can get on and boot the new zone and configure it.